Hi, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Mahnur and you watch MK Vid. Today I will tell you another Islamic story which contains thoughts that are very valuable for every Muslim. Appreciating Allah's blessings, Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu narrated that the Prophet Muhammad said, "There were three Israelites, a vitiligo-stricken man, a bald man, and a blind man. In order to test them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent an angel to them. The angel came to the man affected with vitiligo and said, 'What would you like most?' He said, 'A good complexion and good skin, and radiance of that for which people have considered me unclean.' And the angel passed his hand over him, and his uncleanness disappeared from him, and he acquired a good complexion. Now the angel said, 'And what would you like most to have?' He said, 'Camels.' So he was given a she-camel, 10 months of pregnancy. He said, 'May Allah bless it for you.' Then the angel came to the bald man and said, 'What would you like most?' He said, 'Nice hair and radiance of his condition for which people dislike me.' Then the angel passed his hand over him, and his baldness disappeared, as he acquired a full head of hair. Now the angel said to him, 'And what would you like to have?' He said, 'Cattle.' So he was given a pregnant cow, and he said, 'May Allah bless it for you.' Then the angel came to the blind man and said, 'What would you like most?' He said, 'That Allah may restore my vision so I might see people.' So the angel placed his hand over him, and Allah restored his eyesight. Now the angel said, 'And what would you like to have?' He said, 'Sheep.' So he was given a pregnant sheep. The former two animals gave birth, and so did the later one. Eventually, one of the men had a valley full of camels, one had a valley full of cattle, and one had a valley full of sheep. Then the angel in disguise came to man affected with vitiligo and said, 'I'm a poor man, at the end of my rope on my journey without resources this day except to Allah and to you. I ask you, by the one who gave you a good complexion, good skin and wheels for a camel, whereby I may make it to the end of my journey.' But the man said, 'I have many obligations.' Then the angel said, 'I seem to know you. Weren't you a man afflicted with vitiligo, shunned by society as unclean, impoverished, and Allah had given to you?' He said, 'I simply inherited this wealth, grown generation after generation.' The angel said, 'If you are a liar, may Allah restore you to your prior condition.' Then the angel came to the man who was bald in disguise and spoke to him as he had to the former man afflicted with vitiligo. And the bald man replied as had the former man afflicted with vitiligo. So the angel said, 'If you are a liar, may Allah restore you to your prior condition.' Then the angel also came to the man who was blind and said, 'I am a poor man on the road, at the end of my rope on my journey, with no resort this day but to Allah and to you. I ask you, by the one who restored your vision for a sheep to tide me over on my way.' The man said, I used to be blind, but Allah restored my eyesight. Take whatever you want and leave what you will. For by Allah, I will give you no trouble about anything you take today, for the sake of Allah. The angel said, keep what you have, for you were only being tested. Allah is pleased with you and displeased with the other too. What do we learn from this story? Appreciating and giving thanks for the blessings that we receive is a huge part of Islam. We should recognize that everything we have is given to us from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we are not deserving of it. Rather, it is a blessing that has been given to us. To keep in mind that this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is something highly recommended, as it will increase thankfulness and remove pride and arrogance. The story also reminds us of one hadith. Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu reported that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, none of you is a real believer until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. Al-Bukhari and Muslim. A real believer should love for his Muslim brother what he loves for himself. It means to support one's brother in everything that is useful to him, whether it is related to religious or life affairs. It means also giving him advice, commanding him to do the right, forbidding him from doing the wrong, and guiding him to everything that one might like for oneself. Meanwhile, a Muslim should keep his Muslim brother safe from every hateful and harmful thing. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has helped us, so we need to help others too. If someone comes and asks for help, we should not answer that we cannot help, it is inherited wills, or I have my obligations, as it were answers in the story. If you have opportunities to help the person who is asking you, then do it. Help. Do what is possible in this particular situation on your part, and do not forget that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you for helping others. In the end, I want to ask you, what was the most interesting in my video? If you want to complete the given information or give your examples, write comments. I'm interested in your opinion. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and share the video. Bye for today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.